Going to try to do this one quick. Backdrop 1.9. We have now added a few things. First is synced categories. A synced category is going to be a category that syncs from Discord instead of syncing to Discord. The main reason for this is Fae of the Feywild. Player characters. So if I go down here, go to player characters, do this, add, we sync this, and then sync now. It gives you a little notification. And sync all of your player character listings or whatever's in that forum to a category in your backdrop. And you can have multiple of these. As you can see, they kind of tier down. When you go to articles here, you can move this. It's uneditable. You can't put articles into it, but you can still reorient it as part of your wiki listing. You can also now add dividers, which divide up your category list. You can also edit and add characters, add a label to them so they show up as a label, or you can just leave them as a divider. When you do this, you can go to your public wiki, and then if I go here, and you can see now I have these lovely dividers in the sidebar, and this shows up in all of your stuff. So like the West Hollow one is a great example. It's so long now that it has to scroll, but look at all of these categories, the dividers. I think it just adds a new level of organization. And as you can see, with the categories that are synced, the sync categories, you can also divide them by tag. So this is the Blood and Shadow tag. These are all the different house tags within West Hollow. And with those, you can also have a priority tag, just like with StageHand indexes. So like Silka, Severine, they're both leaders of their houses. I want them at the top of the list all of the time. So I just go into the synced category and I can click here and then I can be like, all right, I want them to be sorted by the various tags here, right? And then the leader tag is always going to be tagged with leader. So we can now do that. Then we can shrink this back down. It's already synced. So all of these are synced here. And then so if I go over here, go to Fae of the Feywild, it's already sorted. So that, and it scales these based on the different widths and aspect ratios of the first post. So as you can see here, there's a bunch of different ones. And index shows us up, but you can just treat these like you would any other article. So I can come here and I can go to just draft that. That doesn't need to be a live article, and it will disappear from the live one. If I do this, be like, article not found. Boom. Another thing to note is that we have StageHand reputation on player characters specifically. I thought this would be important for people who would be using it for this use case that it's designed for, which is, player characters. I want to scroll through. I want to see all the player characters. I want to know how this person is doing in the city from the wiki. Just making everything in your wiki all inclusive to everything that's going on in your roleplay. Additionally, we now have a new regions editor. So first of all, we can now, as you can see here, do many different little islands. If I go edit, I can do next island, and it will let me start drawing fresh here. Start drawing a new region. I'm going to undo that, though, because I don't want this. But so we can have segmented regions now, finally. Cancel this. We can also add lore to regions, sync regions to a category. I think the best example of that is going to be the Hollow Quarter, which is just everything included in here. It tiers, though, so like when you go to the live map, it'll show me everybody that's active here. There's one that's active. We're in the middle of a rework in this server, so it's a little bit out of sorts, but it should show you, it should tier. So this, and then it will show you people that are active here. All tiers up just like you expect in here, right? And then we added this new editor, make it a little bit easier to use. Got this floating bar down here at all times instead of having to like navigate through here to try and figure out how to do all your things. We prettied up this section a little bit. made it work for an order that makes sense. I'm really happy with how this turned out with the new brushes and simplifying it, making it a little bit better. Ignore that. That's the big things in this update. I hope that helps. I hope everybody has fun, and let me know if there's anything new that you want in Backdrop. We're really making this into a full featured like world building tool instead of just this map thing now. It's kind of wild. It's kind of real. Thank you so much. Bye bye.